It's me and Greggy Poo over here doing another episode of House of the Dragon. This is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, episode 7, but I'm an old man. Sometimes I forget some things. Sometimes I forget how to say certain things.
Mhm.
But how that is, but we're here. And we're ready to talk about the episode we just watched. This is the penultimate episode, the episode before the last one, if you didn't know what that word meant, because I decided to use a big word tonight.
Mhm.
But with that being said, Greg, man, how do you like first initial impressions? We literally just got through watching it, so no time to really digest too much of anything. But with your watch, with our reaction, what did you actually think so far of this
Good,
particular?
good dragon stuff. Kind
Yeah,
of. Other than that, it was like it's mad for me. Man, I'm gonna have to read digest it. The dragon stuff was cool. Moved along the plot of everybody. Obviously we saw the dragon. Yeah, the dragon stuff was probably carried the episode for me. The other stuff, not so much.
the dragon stuff was cool as shit,
Mhm.
which is giving me because I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you the character that they're using right now, that's Daemon's daughter. She technically ain't supposed to have no dragon or nothing in this story. It's supposed to be a girl named Nettles that Daemon actually likes or whatever. You could have utilized that in this show. They didn't do it. I think it would have made better sense and it would have been cooler, possibly if we would have went that route. But we didn't. We went in this route where Daemon's daughter like screws up, gets Jace killed and everything. And I just don't really care about this character because I just don't think they're doing this character right. Like it's one of those things to where, you know, we're watching. We just got through talking about Spider-Man,
Mhm.
and we were talking about some of the flaws I saw in that, as far as the writing, as far as like Jean Grey and like uh, how that character's handled. Not doing any spoilers over here, actually, for House of the Dragon, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm talking about. Over here, what you rely on is the great writing. That's what keeps this together. It's not about superpowers and stuff. Now, the dragons do, but you can't afford to do dragons every episode big time. So you only can do that spot, do it here and there. So it's not like a movie, it's like a show. So there's like multiple episodes. So the writing has to be strong. This character, they could do away with this character right here. I'm not super excited about her at all, and what they're just because I don't feel like she's getting punished enough. Yeah, she's getting punished. She's feeling sad and remorseful for what happened, but at that time, she's almost getting away with this stupid ass decision she did and everything else, and it's her fault. It's her fault. We even have kind of like where these dragons actually pretty much get in a fight, and they end up losing one of the dragons that they could have had under the fold. Is kind of her fault. But I do agree, the dragon thing was kick ass, bro. We
Mhm.
had like uh the OK Corral showdown, but with dragons tonight.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. They're all like looking at each other, like ready to spit fire on asses, all this stuff. But yeah, to me, that part was really cool. I got to give you props for that.
Yeah, we got the dragons 3-on-1 episode fights. We got ended up seeing Damon's dragon go to work. We saw the return of the almighty Sunfyre
Yep.
for helping out old Aemond, who was in a pickle. Thought we were gonna possibly lose him, but nope. He gave his great speech, and his dragon heard him. Came out of nowhere.
Well, here's the thing right now that I see in the show. There were times, like, especially towards the end of the original Game of Thrones, but the way they're moving around, they're moving people around, you don't get a really sense and feel of like where they actually at in the world, right? Because like he saw his dragon a couple episodes ago, and it looked like the dragon was down and out. But then he starts acting like the dragon's still alive. So I was like, okay, I know personally because I read some, the story, the book or whatever that talks
Ooh,
about this
big
stuff.
reader, big reader.
Big reader,
Mhm.
using that Alabama education. But yeah, but no, like, so I know in the story that like the dragon's not supposed to be dead, but they kind of played it along like the dragon was dead and was pretty convincing about it. So I wasn't sure. Now I'm happy that the dragon's not dead because like that means okay, cool, like they're actually doing some of the stuff like the book or whatever, like the source code and everything else. But yeah, the dragon does come back, does like a cool little moment. So we had a decent amount, like in this particular episode. If you like dragons, you're gonna love this episode because there are like quite a few moments that are pretty cool with the dragons. Like we said, with them fighting and with was it Dragonfire or Sunfire coming back, and doing his thing. But like, what I was gonna say though is like the confusion of the world, like where you're at, because that happened a couple of episodes ago. So what they do? Like do a big gigantic circle, right? And ended up back close to the dragon. Like to me, that's the only way it makes sense for the dragon to be there, and nobody's seen the dragon so far.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the dragon that they actually ended up being close to where the dragon was actually sleeping because it was still hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like it kind of feels weird. Like how the dragon, how did nobody notice this dragon? There's a lot of crap going on in this area, obviously, with a bunch of people marching, searching for people. Somebody would have saw the dragon. It wouldn't have came out of nowhere. So I'm assuming they don't do a good, they don't do a great explanation of like kind of like. I feel like back in the day when we were watching Game of Thrones, the first 4, 5, 6 seasons, you knew where the characters were.
Yeah.
And you knew kind of like how far. I just think sometimes that gets confusing. It's not killing me on the show completely because, hey man, I did get some cool dragon stuff. But you see what I'm saying? It's like almost like they did a complete circle, but we don't know where they're at, and then all of a sudden the dragon appears.
Yeah. We still got to figure out where's Waldo, but Vhagar edition.
Yep.
Still
Vhagar out there hiding like an MFer, dude. That dude is the biggest dragon, and she's out there like hiding out. Like nobody knows where the hell she is. So I don't know where she's going to hide, but she's going to show up soon.
Yeah.
So we did get that. We got the
How are we feeling about the okay, good.
Well, I was going to say we got the whole Alicent trying to go kill her son, which makes her even a bigger piece of shit kind of person. She's trying to kill her son. She actually does pretty much succeed, but luckily the witch is there to take care of Aemond. Yeah. But then you're going to have the repercussion of that. She's trying to get out of Harrenhal now, trying to escape after poisoning her son to try to do what she was supposed to do for Rhaenyra. And this is like added stuff. This wasn't in the book. This is all like made up for Alicent to have a part in the series going forward. I don't know if she's. I think you actually asked a question, and I don't know like what they're going to do just because, like I said, like some of these characters you don't know for sure what happens to them, even if you read like the actual because it was written like a history book, like I've said a couple of times, and like there are some things that's in the dark and stuff. But you were asking a couple of characters like which one you think dies. I don't know. I'm going to assume Alicent's going to die next episode.
Yeah.
That's going to be probably one of the big things. She's trying to escape, get away. Then her son ends up getting revenge on her ass and like killing her and all this stuff like that. So that's what I figure that's going to go on that. I mean, what do you think about that part of the show too? Alicent doing this and the stuff that was thrown in there. We had the cat squabble, I'm going to call it, where it's like her and the witch lady kind of getting into it there at the dinner table. Aemond getting mad and walking out and start cutting some wood. But you also got the weird thing where the witch can make herself kind of look like somebody else, kind of puts you in a dream state. And like she obviously makes herself look like Alicent, and like her son, like he was hot and heavy, and then found out that like something happened or whatever, and he kind of like slipped out of the dream state a little bit, and he saw the witch instead of his mom, and he like pushes her to the side, like, get the hell out of here. I ain't want nothing to do with you. And I'm like, what the bro? Bro, what are we doing here, man? So yeah, what'd you think about that whole like section there?
Yeah. Obviously they're trying to the witch trying to position herself, and selling the dream to Aemond. He doesn't like it unless it's his mom. So he gets a little bit of mom action, then he slips out, which is kind of weird situation. But then they become cool again, which is kind of even weirder.
Hey guys, that was my wife, not my mom. Just making sure everybody knows that.
Yeah, it's only in HBO Max, House of Dragons.
You only can do it and get away with it on HBO.
Yeah. I find it weird that he was like kind of like still like lovey-dovey with her, like at the table, even though he kind of pressed her off because he wasn't his mom. But yeah, Aemond is falling for the mommy thing again, and Alice is able to slip the berries to him. But apparently, what do you think? It's either you think it's either she's gonna revive him, like she knows what the poison is, and it's gonna fix him and stuff like that, or it was just like,
The
oh,
way
that's
she said that nonchalantly, the witch knows how to cure him easily.
okay.
She's not
Or
even
you,
worried.
or you
She
think that was the
literally just
wrong.
says like, she literally just says idiot. Like he falls and hits the table and hits some ground, and she's just like idiot. Like she knows how to fix him. So like, but she knows he fell for like
Yeah,
Alicent trying to kill him.
yeah. I was just thinking that, or Allison picked the wrong berries. She's like, oh, I made him like a knockout smoothie instead on accident. But
Now, unlike Damon's daughter, like the character that I don't care to see too much for. I don't really care about her story arc. So I'm kind of like when she comes on screen and doing that kind of stuff, I almost kind of get taken out just because I don't care for that part of the story.
mm,
The White Worm, I'm not liking for other reasons, but I actually don't. It's not really her character's not really taking me out of it or killing the show for me quite yet. I really just I get bothered with her because it makes Daemon my favorite character in the show right now. Daemon look like a fool because like earlier in this season he does the stupid thing where he leaves a dragon behind when you could have easily found out what was going on. So that I thought that was really dumb. And also, like we know he knows like what the White Worm's doing, how she's trying to
mm,
manipulate and all this stuff, and like he just lets her live. He easily could just take her ass out. He's got the
mm.
position to do it, but he could have took her ass out and not had to worry about this. And now she's out there sowing these seeds and obviously doing other things towards the end of this episode. But yeah, like it just I just don't like her that much because she's making my favorite character look dumb as hell.
Yeah, Damon's falling for he's living on the emotion, the impulse, and he's doing the right things, protecting his daughter, right, and feeling bad that he
Yeah.
hadn't been there for her, and so he tries to keep her alive and stuff like that. And the charade, which gives the White Worm the perfect opportunity to sow her little seeds and stuff like that, which was kind of weird. Like I got a little weird, like when Rhaenyra calls her out on it, and I'm like, okay, she's seen through the fog. She's gonna call her out on this shit, and it's gonna get over with, and maybe this is the end of the White Worm, or heading towards the end of the White Worm, or whatever. And all of a sudden, he just seduces her and turns it into like a sex scene. I'm like, whoa, how did we get here? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, I guess
And there's a couple of things that happened in this season so far that kind of got thrown in that I was just kind of like, why is this happening? Why is it happening this way,
mm,
sort of, or whatever? Because you've got like this scenario earlier on where we got like the guy's got all the goods. He's got all the information to
yeah,
literally get Alicent in trouble, lock her ass up. And then after she gets locked up, maybe he can use his power to do what he was trying to do in the episode. But he doesn't go down that route. He
yeah,
literally can't help himself but to like try to assault Alicent, and then he gets caught, which screws him over, and he's dead now. Right? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like he just ruined his whole life just because he couldn't wait a few moments or wait a day or two. It's like, bro, that don't make no damn sense. Like
Mm.
that's just way too over the top. And then you have like the Rhaenyra, like whatever reason that one episode throwing in the fact that she's like on her period. It's like, why do we? It hasn't came up yet again.
Mhm.
Like, so it was just thrown in there to be in there kind of situation. So there's been those kind of moments, right? That's been happening. And then this feels like another one of those style moments. I don't think it's as bad as the other two, right?
Mhm.
I don't think it's as bad as like the Daemon forgetting there's a dragon right over there that he should be taking along with his ass when he's leaving the high towers, when he first meets Ormund and they're talking, you know. Uh, but yeah, like those kind of situations have been happening in this episode. And this one is another one of those moments. Like I said, I don't think it's as bad, but it's like, oh, hey, sweet thing, we're gonna make hot, sexy time right now, and it's
Mhm.
like, all right, I don't know why that's happening right now, but that,
Wasn't she just
uh,
like wasn't she just like grieving Jace and like pissed off at Damon
yeah,
and
you're mad about the
him?
Damon because of the skull. Ain't been the skull. She's been looking at that skull like every day, pretty much, and been like, man, yeah, at least we killed his ass, even though I wanted to be a bigger part of it, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, bruh, uh, I get. But it's like, yeah, it's like, and you're right too. She like calls her out, like you've been trying to manipulate me in your own
Yeah.
way, right? Like calls her
Yeah.
out about it right before then.
and then just falls into manipulation, sexual
Again,
manipulation. I'm like, all right.
it's like, hey girl, I get it. Like you know, you're living in this time and day and age where like the power structure is totally different than what it is now, where things are more equal in a lot of ways. But it's like, bruh, so you want to be uh exactly like a man, I guess, a man style ruler or a male ruler that you're even falling into the laps of luxuries when it comes to like falling
Yeah.
into like sexual desires. It's like, come on, man. Like we have to do this,
And
but it is what it is.
and I thought we had gotten some foreshadowing, probably like when that I don't remember who it was, but that woman told the White Worm off. She's like, "You don't have any
Mhm.
power. You don't have any power. All you can do is just bend the air, or whisper things into the queen. You have no true power."
Yeah, you just pulled me up here to make yourself
Yeah,
look or like to let yourself feel like you're hotty toddy and stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah.
100% agree with that as well.
So I thought it was a foreshadowing. And then Rhaenyra calls it out, and then I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere now. Now this could be the end of White Worms. The season finale is coming. Uh, Need a good death, but no, she just gets seduced. And that was it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, there's like these couple of scenes. Like we go ahead and talk about Oath. That's why the name's Oath,
Yeah.
dumbass. Like, come on, bro, this idiot over here mad because he ain't going to be able to go drinking and go to the whorehouses anymore. He's
Daemon
like,
flapping around public.
yeah, he's like turning his back on things already, so we know what's happening there. I do like the fact that Ormond, like the guy, the high tower guy,
Yeah.
he's not like a complete idiot. It's good when you have a bad guy that's like pretty decent.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
he's got Corlys. Well, is Corlys dead now? He just chopped his finger off, right? That's it.
yeah, I think they just chopped his finger off. They ain't killing him. Obviously, they wouldn't have kept him alive right now, so they're trying to do things like this. So it looks like Corlys's finger gets cut off, which I don't think happens in the book story. So they're kind of adding a little more here, so whatever. But now he's really going to be pissed. So like, how in the world do like how in the world is he ever going to reconcile with like Rhaenyra? Because technically he's supposed to be on Rhaenyra's side still, but like
Yeah.
all these decisions and things that are happening is like he's lost his family now. He's lost fingers, bro.
Yeah. Ormond's really stacking the deck for himself, trying to, and it's trying to. It seems like the show is trying to make it seem like he's stacking the deck for himself. He's doing pretty well, and Rhaenyra's kind of losing it. This could be a epic battle, or this could be a high tower victory, possibly coming up in the season finale. But obviously, I don't think that's going to happen. But it just seems like they're settling it up where, he's a formidable foe. He knows, he has his faults and stuff like that, and not like super powered or anything, but he, has done a good job of trying to stack the chess pieces correctly for himself.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I think that's kind of cool is like there is a bunch of chaotic stuff going on.
Mhm.
Sometimes chaos prevails. And I do think the show is doing pretty good with most of the stuff. Like I'm not, like I said, I'm not hating the show right now. I'm not pissed off at the show, but and one of the positives is it has been like showcasing this like chaos,
Yeah,
and it's doing it pretty well. Like everything's in chaos. Everything like just when you think somebody's moving up and Rhaenyra's got she's in the lead. She's got the great
yeah,
opportunity to take over everything. Something happens. Aemond over here. It looked like he was on top of the world for a second. He's got the biggest dragon, all this other stuff. Now it looks like he's like falling back, and he don't really have thing. You got home dude that got burnt, and he's still like going around trying to do it. Like he's the one that's like uh, slowly like moving up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like he went all the way down to the bottom. My man don't have no dick no more. Okay, he got it burnt. He got it burnt off, right? So what, a season or two ago, he got that sucker burnt off. So like he ain't even got no reason to live, to be honest with you. But he's still like actually making up reasons to live, and he's still like sacrificing and going his way up, and doing that. So like his character is like actually on the opposite. Everybody else feels like they're falling down, making stupid mistakes and dumb mistakes. Sometimes the mistakes aren't really that you're dumb. It's just like bad moments and bad times. It's like Daemon getting in an argument or in a fight with Oath, and then like Ormond's people could see it. Like that was a bad time, and they bumped into each other. If they wouldn't have done it like that, there wouldn't nobody else would have seen it. Kind of situation. So, like I said, it's just a bunch of chaos, a bunch of random ass shit that happens at the bad time. It just so happens to happen to certain people. And you
Yeah.
got Aegon, like he's actually going around all burnt and crispy, but he's actually like, hey, learning that maybe from some of his mistakes and stuff, and he's slowly on the rise while everybody else is like fast, just falling down.
Yeah, they're trying to build him up as he's regaining his, power or transforming into a better, like, I don't know if to say villain, but a better like story like character, right?
Hmm.
It's kind of like his, fallen. Now he's come back up, so they're trying to make him more assertive, and they're setting up that obviously there's probably because he doesn't want to die to his brother. That's his big thing, right? He'd rather do anything else, but he doesn't want to die to his brother. That's the
Yeah.
one thing he
I
wants.
mean, so what do you think about the oath thing? Like, what do you feel about Oath and his decision? Like, it's
He,
cool because, like,
he's
I know some of the story. I know some of the story of the source material. You
yeah.
don't. So I want to know how the show's making you feel about Oath.
I mean, in hindsight, it's pretty obvious that this was kind of gonna happen, right? Eventually, like he was gonna get tired. He's just a common guy that wants to drink and indulge in his vices and become a landowner or have a title. Like a lot of the commoners, they kind of want those things, and we see a lot of them getting the dragons, but they don't get what they truly want. And so he gets dangled a little, hey, you can drink all this, you can be the lord of this, lord of the tides and stuff like that, and he falls for it. So I mean, he's an idiot. So I mean, I don't really, and also he probably feels disrespected by Daemon. He doesn't feel like he's being like treated like a kid. They can't go out and drink. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he's an idiot, and so he chose to decide to indulge on whatever he gets everything he wants.
100, 100. Well, like this episode was kind of interesting in a way because like things did happen, but there wasn't like a crap ton of things. There's just some things that are slowly progressing, and we talked about most of them. I mean, do you have anything else that we might have didn't
Yeah.
talk about or skip here?
How you feeling about the possible brothers love triangle?
Oh yeah, I think that's kind of added from the not actually from the source material. It's some kind of added from the things like the brothers that think she's like, oh, whatever. Now we don't know. It's always mess them up. It's either Adam or Alan, but the guy that she was flying around with this episode, uh,
Alan, or no, Aaron, right?
I can't
Uh,
remember. I always get their names mixed up because
Alan's the big guy.
Alan's the big guy and
Yeah.
Adam I think is the other guy. So like I might be wrong for whatever reason, but um, I think Adam, like he's flying around with her, gets that information, and then something happens. So you don't get to really like sink it in and think if I couldn't pick up if he was like acted jealous or any of that. He did kind of get a little bit of a look on his face, but I don't know like if it was kind of like that. Or if it was like, oh, I just found out my brother's been sleeping with this girl.
Yeah. So as the question mark, was he kind of like making innuendos that he was interested in her by bringing up that he wants the title because he wants to,
Well, he was just
go
talking
after
about
a
in general,
girl
though.
or
So
just
yeah,
in
no, no.
general?
I don't think he's necessarily talking about her. He could have been.
Okay.
Like you could put it that way, but like I don't know if he was specific. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna need a little more context to know like if he was actually kind of shocked because he just found out his brother has been making love to a family member, technically, or if he was shocked because he was like, "Oh no, I kind of liked her." Now it seems like my brother's already done the deed. They already sealed the deal.
Okay. So we don't know. We can't confirm or deny the possible triangle that might be set up. It just could be like oh, well, I didn't know.
I'm gonna
Just
be honest with you. For the show's sake, I hope not because we only
yeah.
got one more episode left this season. Like I would say, like we can go ahead and talk about that before we get out of here. So this would be the last thing we talk about, unless you got one more thing about the show.
um. Uh. Are we okay with not seeing King Arthur in this episode after what happened with his family?
Hmm.
Would you like to see him in this episode, or you're okay with it? Like after his wife freaked out on him and caused the
No,
scene.
you're talking about the hammer.
Yeah.
I was like, who the hell is King Arthur? I know what you're talking about because he looks like a guy who.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't get that at first. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I was like waiting around. I was literally quiet, hoping you could give more context. Now I know what you're trying to say. But the hammer, I'm fine a little bit. Like I said, I still don't like the way his wife like acted and treated him and stuff. Like he tried a betterment of the family kind of situation. We talked about that last episode breakdown, but like, I mean, it is curious where he's at right now because that means he would have saw like Oath and Ormond because it looks like they were just sitting outside the city gates,
Yeah.
chilling. It looked like he was just having a meeting with him. And the Hammer technically at this time is supposed to be watching the city, so I don't know like what's going on, how they keep that secret. It might just be one of those things. It's like, you can kind of sort of complain about where it's like, well, what's happening here? Situation. But before we do that, I am going to actually throw up Angus. He's been here the whole episode with us, trying to figure it out. Need to hop into the beginning, look for a review to help catch me up. Yeah, man. We'll be more than happy. If I'm not mistaken. I think he may be in our Discord. Like, get up with us on the Discord, man. We got a little Westeros talk area in our Discord where you can ask questions and we can all figure it out, even if we have to figure it out for the first time. Because I'm not an expert, but I know way more than say Greg does. Greg doesn't get into like the lore as much, or as far as like maybe the lore of the shows, but he doesn't get into like the lore of the like books and everything as much.
Yeah.
Where I've gotten into more of that, but I'm still not a 100% expert. There's names and stuff like that I can't recall right then, and then we'll get through with the show and I'll be like, shit, bro, I know exactly what name I was trying to think of. Because and it's confusing too, because there's a lot of the same names. Like I said, Aegon earlier. Aegon's used like 20 times.
Yeah.
Or Westeros over there. So yeah, it's a fun time to be able to sit back and talk. But with that being said, what do you want to see in this next episode? Since it's going to be the final episode of the season, as far as like what story arc do you want us to wrap up, and which ones are you cool with if we don't wrap it up?
I'm actually okay if they don't wrap up this Ormond thing. I'm actually interested to see if they let it, air out for another season. But I could see them wrapping it up. It has to be a pretty good wrap up though, to get rid of him. Better be good battle, or good setup for that. I'm tired of Alicent. I'm okay if I'm ready for her to die.
So you want one of the things you want to happen is Alicent just to get it.
Yeah, I'm good. Right. I'm good with her time.
You can probably hear Brandy in the back. She's like, hell yeah. She hates that Alicent character.
Yeah, I'm good with her going. I don't know. I don't care about Helaena too much. I don't know. She's obviously dreaming. Maybe her dreams of significance at one moment in the coming up episode, but I can okay with her going. You got to keep Aemond, the brothers, Aemond and Aegon together. You got to keep them alive. Who else do I want to see die? Let's see. Anybody? No, that's about it.
I like how I'm like, hey, what story arcs do you want us? Would you like to see wrapped up? And you immediately went to like, who's gonna die?
Yeah, I want Alicent. I really want Alicent and the White Worm to die.
I get you.
Those are two I would love to see go, but I don't think White Worm going anywhere unless she's not good at sex.
Now I know that like before when I bring up because I've kind of been against her a little bit since she's even been introduced. With that being said, like you were a little more behind her a little bit as far as that goes, but like have you gotten kind of like where I'm at, or at least closer to where I'm at, where you're kind of like, man, this is kind of I don't really care for that character too much.
After this episode, where all of a sudden she's getting called out, and then all of a sudden just puts Rhaenyra in some kind of sexual trance, and just gets her to like just forget everything that she was just saying.
Hey like, man, I'm saying if you're gonna do some random things like that, at least give us something cool to look at. They didn't even show nothing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? At least give us a little eye candy or something, right? Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna just do that out of nowhere, at least let us see the goods. Try to make it worth it. Distract my mind from being able. Like maybe if you did that, my mind would not have picked up on the fact that like this is kind of stupid.
Yeah, I want to.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mind wouldn't have been sitting over here going like, man, like what is this happening right now? My mind would have been like, damn, look at that. Is that a titty? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is.
It's the only titty you should be looking at online.
Bro, look at her. I'm over here getting in trouble, man. Just talking about Dragon.
I would love to wrap up this Daemon White Worm back and forth. Like I'm already done with it. I don't need to see another season of will the White Worm bend the ear of Rhaenyra or fight back and forth with Daemon. Like just go ahead and wrap this up too.
Yeah. Well, me, we got to get the Tumbleton thing situated.
Mm-hmm.
They've been kind of setting it up. I thought we were going to get that in this episode. But you know what? We got some really cool dragon moments in this episode. So I'm like, all right, cool. I don't need the excitement of a town being burnt down and people dying. We'll get that next episode. But I figured it would be this episode. So we definitely got to get that. That's got to happen. I don't necessarily think Ormond's got to die in this next episode.
Mm-hmm.
But we do need to settle up that battle. Maybe he gets away and like he's in the last season for a little while or something like that. It's like, I don't think he has to die or anything. I'm with you. Alicent can go. She's like been made up for this whole season anyway. Because then, like I told you before the story, she's already long gone. Like, she's not even dead, I don't think. She's like just lost. It's like she has no power anymore. She like loses any power she has and she just leaves. She just gets out of there. I think it's her character that might be one that's like, some people think that she just locked herself in one of the towers and just kind of hid away because like she didn't want to deal with anything anymore. Situation. So I want that gone. I kind of wanted, but maybe it's going to be like season 4. But I kind of want a fight that I know is going to happen. But I don't think that's going to happen either.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to it, like as far as this season goes, I guess they're saving that for last season. But yeah, we know Ulf. I think Ulf is probably not
he can go.
World. His he's dead now. I think because like if they do the Battle of Tumbleton, for instance, he's going to be one of the things that help them out. They're going to have a surprise dragon on their side. It's going to be his dragon, and then Hammerman's probably going to take his ass out. They're probably going to get in a fight. Either they're both going to die in a fiery blaze of glory, or whatever. But I do think Tumbleton, Alicent needs to go. I'm with you. The White Worm. Something needs to. Daemon needs to make. Daemon needs to do a makeup session here, and one of those things is to take out. To me, I would feel satisfied a little bit if he comes back, takes the White Worm out in some kind of creative way to get her out of the story, to make up for the fact that he should have done this a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like that'll bring his character back a little bit if you do that, so it doesn't damage his character. Because, like I said, he's still my favorite character. Corlys, we need to know what's going to happen with him. Like, is he going to get out? I guess
Corlys right now.
I guess maybe he gets out because of the battle being fought or something, possibly. Because like now we know that Ormond has him over there somewhere close by in some kind of cell.
But if they're gonna set up the brothers, like if in a wild scenario where they set up the brothers, then I think you kill Lord Corlys and have like and like let's give them the names and let's
they definitely didn't do that in the source material, but like I mean that's something they could change, but I don't know if people would, because Corlys he's one of the better, cooler people in the show so far to me. If you take all 3 seasons so far, he's one of the cooler characters. Daemon's one of the cooler characters. Obviously, the King was a super set up and well written character. Especially that first season, like just seeing him walk down a hall. Yeah. Or when he walked up to the throne that time when he was like really frail at that point and he was really close to dying. That scene where he's walking up there and the crown falls off his head and Daemon like picks it up for him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That was just amazing television, and it wasn't to do. It was just a guy walking to the throne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how much it touched you and you felt it because like the characters were written so well at that time and everything else. But yeah, that's a couple of major things. Like I said before, guys, thank you guys for watching. We got 4 or 5 of you in the chat, or 4 or 5 of you watching at a time here, which is great. Like we just trying to do our thing. And Angus, thank you for being in the chat and stuff like that. Like I said, if you're in the Discord, you can shoot us some questions or ask us like any kind of advice or anything in that Discord room that we got. This was Steros Talk or whatever. And you can thank Greg for that. I think that was Greg's idea to set up one of those like channels inside the Discord.
Might have been Adelia's, might have been mine.
Big Daddy Craigapoo over here. He comes up with great ideas, and he loves the grilled cheese. And who doesn't love grilled cheese?
Yep.
I mean, he loves grilled cheese, and my favorite food technically is macaroni and cheese.
So cheese squared.
Yeah, that's it. We're cheesy. But yeah, bro, we super cheesy. We might need to edit
that has proved it right there.
Yeah, for the people that like saw this live, apologize, bro. Apologize. But I can say that I'm a dad, so I get to say stupid dad jokes. I'm allowed to. All right. Well, that being said, though, guys, we're out of here, man. it's been great fun tonight. We got one more episode to go. We still doing the Reacher stuff, and then I think there's like another show, like another bigger show or something that's going to be happening here pretty soon. Besides even just Reacher, but we might be able to cover a couple of different things. But we will see, guys, and thank you very much. Until next time.
Peace. Bye-bye.
Real cheese.
Cheesy.
I gotta start like doing the transition better, like where I got my finger on the button to hit the right thing.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to sit here and search for